Elizabeth's here.
Hello.
Yay. All I had to do was say, hey, let's talk about war. And she goes, I'm in.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
going to talk about it. We're going to
Well,
talk about war because you know why?
to say.
Hrithik Roshan. And I also want to mention, I found my Hrithik Roshan t-shirt. I've been going on and on about how I did not like any of the Hrithik Roshan t-shirts. They're all just they look a little teeny bopper because he's a singer too. And so they got a little,
Mhm.
I wanted him to be cool and suave like this.
Is
But
that
he doesn't
Redbubble?
really look like Hrithik Roshan, but I know he is, and it just looks like Mad Men or something.
Totally. No, I love that. And it reminds me of my Yosh poster.
Yes.
Because I had to dig a little to find one that I was like, yeah, I dig
Yeah.
this
You
one.
got to find just the right.
There's my
Because
man.
no, I like, and so part of the appeal, like when I first started watching these Indian films, this was one of the first ones I watched full length because we got a lot of requests for this one. That and KGF were the two big ones at the time. KGF 2 hadn't come out, RRR wasn't out yet. So I watched this, and so it always has like a little place in my heart because it's my first
Aw,
really
that's
long, full fledged, and also because
KGF has that for me.
these two actors they're top two
Dude,
hottest men I have ever seen.
I've got to lean on something.
I mean, I get a little breathless thinking about it.
I need it. It's real, y'all. It's real.
I mean,
I don't ever. Whoever's face was filling the screen at that moment, I was like, "You're hotter.
mhm,
You're hotter."
mhm.
The two of them, like when they were in a scene together, I was just like,
Too much
say it.
overload.
I can't look directly at it. It's serious for real though. Like it was like such beauty one can only
Oh my god!
dream to ever bear witness to. Please watch this film. It is
Just watch
gorgeous.
it. I mean, I know that action films, very masculine, very aggressive, lots of great stunts. But you have Tiger Shroff, who's basically a martial arts expert. So he has this opening scene where he's in that
so good.
hotel room or something, and he's kicking up everyone's ass and just beautifully staged, gorgeous. He's flying through the air. He's weightless, incredible. And I think he tears his shirt off at some point, which of course is also like,
That's fine.
let me pause this movie for a
That's fine.
second.
You can
And then,
keep going.
he's basically, he's meeting his mentor, the older grizzled veteran. You're expecting this,
Whew.
I don't know what you were expecting. So he comes walking
That's
off with his helicopter. I mean, I've watched that scene so many times. It's so like, it's just, and you see Hrithik Roshan, while he's never looked better than coming off that and
Oh,
bringing down his glasses like that.
yeah. That character, because I always like to. I'm like, okay, what if it's the first time I'm seeing this actor? I want to see what do you look like in real life? What do you look
Yep.
like in other roles? Like, how much am I seeing of like this character
Yep.
versus like who you are? And like this character fits him like the finest glove I think I've ever seen.
So
It is
perfect.
so like if you like Brad Pitt circa beard and
Yes.
kind of a little unkempt. Well, that's kind of
Mhm.
now too with him. Love you,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Hope everything's well. But I mean, there's a grizzled but polished look to this character that is like, mwah, it is chef's kiss, perfection, beautiful, just so handsome. And for someone who loves movies, you are watching, this is a capital M, capital S movie star that is like coming into the scene. We now know, like, okay, yes, shine on, you beautiful creature. It's amazing.
Amazing. This is 2019 now. Hrithik Roshan has been in a lot of better movies, but he has not been better than this. I have seen him. There's something like you said so perfect about him in this. And you know what's funny too? I loved the military aspect of it, like the perfectly fitted fatigue T-shirt and the.
It's like when Marilyn Monroe stepped on that grate for the 7-Year Itch and her dress, the white dress. Like, there you go. That will be a Christmas ornament. This is your moment. This is his just moment in beautiful human history.
Forever.
The styling of that character all the way around with this movie. I loved the style. I was in love with it. The aesthetics got me off the bat. But like, I want a Ken doll that's like just dressed as impeccably and styled like this man in this movie. It's so good.
And then I love, like, you see him as that, and he was perfect to me. I could have watched the whole film, them in that cabin with the helicopter outside. That's all I cared about. I was like, okay, let's just see these two guys. So then when about halfway through, we get this weird, like, total tone change
yeah.
of that weird musical sequence where he's wearing like bucket hat and like a Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, whoa,
He's
dude,
Tommy Bahama.
what is
He
happening?
literally, but
No.
and it was jarring to me in a way. Like, I felt so much in that moment. Like when that happened, I remember just being like, okay. Like, I have seen enough Indian cinema that I understand what this is.
Yes.
It is both moving the plot along and it's sort of a fun intermission.
Yeah, timeout, musical sequence.
So I'm here for it. And damn, can they dance? Oh my gosh.
He's such a good dancer.
Oh my gosh. That was so like great to watch. It was super impressive. The flirty nature with which they are dancing in this like fun break in this movie that's pretty, you know, not, I wouldn't say heavy, but like it's not like Picnic Roses and like there's some conflict, and now we're just like like at a club in Ibiza, like I'm like, where's the foam party? This is so funny. It's just so funny to see. But they did it very well. I watched that multiple times, and that was a very Wham Michael.
Yes, it was.
What am I trying to say?
George Michael.
George Michael, thank you.
Yeah.
Sort of look for him, and I want the fatigues back. Like I was happy to get him back.
I wanted to see him go badass again. And you know, it's like, but it's interesting that they played this really serious, you know, opens with the whole military thing, and you know, he's becoming Tiger Shroff's mentor, and he's going to kind of show him the ropes. At the same time, he's kind of like he doesn't want to do that, and there's all these, you know, plot reasons why he's doesn't want Shroff in here at all, like just no. And then they cut to this dance scene where it's this beautiful, happy, you know, and he does that super. I love the way their dance styles were so different. Like Shroff was very acrobatic and very precision oriented, but I loved how Hrithik's style was more this kind of loose. It was deceptively just like precision. So he would do this kind of loose hip thing, and the feet would be kind of, but he wasn't like the fly through the air show off.
Which was also
fast. Oh my god,
breathtaking. It was just,
unbelievable.
So good. So good.
And then you go, like I said, halfway through, you see this sort of horrifying Hawaiian shirt thing with the bucket hat, which I was very happy to see that go away.
That was so sad.
And then, you know, you have the plot twist, and it involves now he's bringing a woman into it who he then has to send on a mission. And then you know, they had this romance that she then, you know, and you know, I was sad to see her
thing. Yeah.
Again,
that was they were really like going there with like, I'm consistently surprised at the, for lack of a better term, just the like kill your darling sort of mentality in these movies where unfortunately often they're female characters. But I mean, that's almost unfair to say because there are so many deaths in all of these movies.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of killing going on.
Female death percentage here would be minimal on the grand scale, but
they always seem like an innocent off to the side.
Right. And they definitely like introduce them to get you invested in a way that like then it will hurt when they're taken away. Yeah. But this one was so, to my Western sensibilities, horrifying, but still I respect and love our character for being honest with her. He was. But in no way would you ever
eventually
well, that's right. But I'm saying like, so if this were a made in America, like relax, we're going to take you where you're comfortable kind of film, there would have been a very different conversation had when he is asking her for a favor that will put her in danger, and her basically being like, so this great love affair, this whole thing that I experienced, lived it in my life, like that was not real. You used me. And he was like, yes, that is correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is correct. That is what happened. But now I need you to do this. And then, you die. Spoiler. You're going to die.
It's going to be a very dangerous mission that we're going to send you in. An amateur.
Right. But yet I don't dislike our protagonist. I'm also a little like respect his being transparent in that moment.
That's what he was. And, you know.
Yeah. There's what it is there is a quality in this movie and some others that we've talked about where it is, to say it's a machismo, like very male power dynamic, heavy dynamic, would be to erase a lot of the nuance. I think it is them setting up these very elaborate instances where our male hero is showing you a hard decision or something that makes the life they live difficult,
right,
in a way that, like, their loyalty lies with the mission or the like whatever it is that we've met them through. But it works in that way to, like, show you that, like, you are human. You can't escape that. You're going to have moments where your humanity shows. We're seeing this as the audience. And the mission is always larger than the casualties that sort of surround it. To them, it's no different as, like, someone on the street in one of these fights that catches a stray bullet. Like, it happens, I'm sorry, but right, that's their mentality. And she is just one of these sort of, like, bystanders that
collateral damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, like,
oopsie,
treated not so saccharine that it felt strange. And then I was like, go on. This is the story you're telling me. This is the life you live. It's hard. How does it resolve? And
that's why they're so closed off. That's why both of these men lived alone, and they're pretty much alone most of their lives. They don't have families
alone together because they are the most romantic.
That was the love story
I've ever seen.
That was the true love story.
I kind of was like, you're getting in the way, girl.
Yeah, get out of here. You're getting between them. No, I don't want that. So many longing
one
looks.
Couple here.
The one thing Tiger Shroff does very well is the longing look.
Oh my!
He's such a cute puppy.
Can you blame him? Because, like, then they're, like, shooting to, like.
I feel like everyone looking at him,
like,
everyone in that scene on the porch looking is all like, "Ha!"
Right?
It was so good. But they didn't have the dance scenes with Hrithik Roshan like Tiger did, and it was all very, very romantic and beautiful. And I'm there for that. I was totally. I know that's not their intention. I know that wasn't what it was about, but it was about it for me.
I mean, there had to be some level that was what it was about, where these people are so amazing that, like, it's anyone in their presence is going to fall under the spell of just the prowess and majesty that is.
Right. And that last big battle scene and tearing the shirts off, finally.
And I don't want to make light of, they're both beautiful. Like, depending on who was on screen, was my, like, no, you're more beautiful. You're more beautiful. Like, just make me a sandwich. Like,
seriously, I feel like we saw this movie, but all I can talk about how amazing these men looked. I mean, that's all I cared about.
It's distracting.
I know it's terrible to exploit them this way, but I'm sorry, but they did this to themselves by being in this movie looking like this.
Like, it's just gorgeous. It's like when you see, like, great works of art where you're like, well, who could be the person that posed? Who is the actual Adonis that's standing there while this, like, great artist is, like, sculpting, whatever. It's these men, they exist. They walk among us. Like, we're seeing two of them in real time, in real life, in front of us. And I could watch them literally fold laundry. I don't care what they're doing. The movie was enjoyable, but they could have been leaning against a wall while paint dries.
Easily. I wish he'd be in more movies like this. He's in kind of goofy movies since then.
I want this lane for him.
This is better.
This is
Bang Bang was okay, but there's something about him being in, like, a serious, more rough and tumble scenario that is better than him as a polished kind of comedy star romance.
I haven't seen the latter, but I would agree.
Yeah, so this to me is the height for me of Hrithik Roshan's like, star power. He's.
But for real,
like
if you dig, like, this is not original to me. I read Kathy, you said, or I read somewhere this compared to, like, if you enjoy the Fast and the Furious franchise, like this is a very, like, very entertaining, very fast moving,
funny,
fun, also has that epic quality. Reminds me a little bit of another Nicolas Cage joint, Face Off.
Dude. Big time.
Has all your twists. It's feels very summer blockbustery. Like, I had a blast watching this, and oh my god, these guys.
Stunning. I like too how you think you're watching this good action movie. You're pretty much they just could be standard, run of the mill.
You know what's up.
And then halfway through, it's like, what the? And they go on this completely strange, total.
I've come to expect it, but I still just get slapped in the face. Like, I'm just like, what?
I know. I'm like, that explains so much.
I watched the American show Nip Tuck. I should be unflappable. Like
Seriously.
this should do nothing, and it gets me. It still gets me
every time.
Yeah.
But so that, this was pure girl review of war.
Yeah.
This is just how we're going to talk about war. I know there's probably more important things to say about war, but this is how we saw it. So there you go.
Yeah.
So thanks you guys for suggesting this. I'm so glad that Elizabeth got initiated into the Hrithik Roshan fan club.
Me too.
And Tiger Shroff. We're kind of giving him short shrift.
I know. I don't want to shortchange him. Also beautiful, also great in this film.
And very talented. And, maybe, a little bit lighter tone of an actor, but still both great, fun to watch, did their jobs perfectly.
Physically stunning. Just
physically stunning. That's all we have to
put
say.
Put it on the poster.
Exactly.
Physically stunning.
That's right. All we need is the physically stunning Cinemondo podcast.
Cinemondo.
See you guys on Slack. You get to have to be a member of our Cinemondo YouTube membership, and you will get to see us on Slack, and we hope to see you there. So that was good. That was fun. I mean, sometimes you just be unabashedly fangirl about this because they were so...
It was distracting. Like, they are so attractive that, like, they'd be, like, trying so hard to be like, but there's a story happening around them. And these other characters are just like, you're slop. You're ugly. Go. Like,
don't care.
Show me that.
Just stop. I don't care. I don't care. And it's like, and they're everything's slow motion. I mean, what are we supposed to think when someone's walking around slow motion?
It really was, it's like Kelly Kapowski, like, getting off the football field, like just like shaking her hand, like drinking water, and then somebody just like
I'm trying to think, was there a scene where he like gets off a motorcycle and takes it off and just kind of takes his hair out? Because it seems like there should be
there was the equivalent.